Okay, people, we are here to talk about Beauty Bar. This is episode 4. Yeah, episode 4. So the episode opens up with Princess meeting up with Henry. You know, he gave her that shade at the Halloween party last week and was like, I don't have time to talk to you right now. But Princess was like, look, every day I'm not in the shop, I'm not making no money. Now, me personally, I'd have been found another way to make money because, you know, when you in that type of industry, she right. Every day that she not in the shop, she's losing money. She's losing clients. Because, you know, clients not going to sit around and wait forever. They're going to go get their hair done. You know what I'm saying? We go get our hair done one way or the other. Mine's not done right now, but that's enough conversation. Um, so they meet up and Henry gives her the old we of family. And he was even like, I would expect that from V, but I wouldn't expect that from you. I'm like, that's fucked up. That she would expect V to act a fool. But okay, not too much of a stretch. But and she apologizes and says, you know, that she's just been really struggling and she just let it get to her and she snapped and she knew she was wrong and that's just not her normal MO on a job. And Henry was like, all right, cool, you know, he said, because I'm not making no money either if you're not there. And so they make it up, whatever. But I found it interesting that Rail wasn't there. And Rail said he wasn't going to apologize and beg to be somewhere he didn't really want to be anyway. Okay, well, you know. So then we go to the shop and Nordic is there and you see his skills. Every week they're kind of showing everybody's skill. So this week you see his skill as a barber and he's talking about his music and he's saying how he's getting ready to have a video shoot and that everybody in the shop has a part. He's inviting everybody to be a part of the video and everybody has a part to play, including Princess and Real. And he tells V, I want you to make sure everything is cool. I want to make sure that you and V really are, you and Princess really are cool and that everybody's really cool. I don't have time for no bullshit at my video shoot. I ain't got time for the drama. Excuse me. You see them in the studio and everything. And V's like, I've been around since day one. I remember when you used to send me, songs on, used to post songs on MySpace. Now, you know how long ago that was. If they were talking about putting shit up on MySpace, you been there. You were A1 since day one for real. If you remember in MySpace, I didn't even have a MySpace page. I was like, fuck this MySpace shit. So you've been around. You've been there. You've been there for him. So that's pretty much how that goes down. And then Henry comes into the shop and says that, I'm sorry, Princess and Real come back and Princess apologizes to the shop and says, hey, if I offended anybody, if my behavior, I hate apologies with an if. Don't fucking say if I offended. Just say I apologize for my behavior. It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter whether you feel like you offended anybody or not. You were wrong. Your behavior was wrong. What you did was wrong. Just apologize for it. Just say, you know what? I was wrong. And I apologize for my behavior. It won't happen again. But I hate apologies with an if and a if and a but. Just apologize and leave that shit there. I don't want to hear no whole bunch of extra, but okay. So that was pretty much that. Talia was like, whatever, we still ain't cool. I still don't fuck with you. And Talia and Rail asked to speak to her, and he tries to apologize. But again, he's doing that old bullshit apology too, because he really don't want to apologize. He's just trying to smooth everything over because he know, for real, he really don't want no beef with her because she is an established person in that shop, and Henry gonna listen to her over him, and he knows it. So he's not really apologizing because he's sorry. And that little scene that little whole scene they had at the coffee shop where she threw the water in his face and all of that. He said, I went too far talking about your body. Your body is banging, girl. And she was like, I know. And then he was like, well, I just wanted to, just tell, maybe I went too far. And she started talking about Princess, and he was like, look, I'm going to always defend Princess. I'm going to always have Princess's back. So don't even start that shit. Let's, I'm talking to you. Let's keep it between me and you. I don't know how Princess name even keep coming up. And, Talia's like, well, Princess this and Princess that. And he was like, why are we talking about Princess? And so it ended up going way left. And there really was no damn apology. And Talia was just like, whatever. Like, I don't really care what you got to say. And I ain't really buying your apology. And I'm done. So there's that. And Talia was being a real bitch about the situation. But again, he wasn't really his you. There was no sincerity in his apology, so I kind of understand where she's coming from with it. Cause what you apologizing for? You don't even know, cause you don't really mean it. And again, like I said, I don't like no bullshit apologies. I don't like no half-ass apologies. If you're not sorry, if you're not sorry for what you did, don't apologize. Don't apologize because you think that's what I want to hear. Don't apologize because somebody told you to do it. Do it because you really feel like you did something wrong. And if you don't feel like you did anything wrong, then cool, we can leave it here. So anyway, a bride, Henry calls her a VIP client, so she must have some money because she's not a quote unquote celebrity, at least not that I know of. But she must be a influential type client. But she wants her makeup done, and she decides that she's going to let both makeup artists do her face, and she'll pick the one she likes the best. So Kevin does her makeup, and she seems to, I would say on a scale of Bridezilla from 1 to 10, she was about a 3. I mean, I don't think she was being ridiculous or unreasonable. I mean, she's a bride, and she knows what she wants, and she knows what she thinks she wants. She knows what she wants her makeup to look like. And it was certain things she said, I don't like this and I don't like that. And Kevin was listening to her. He was like, oh, okay, well, let's work with this. Well, let's try this. See if you like it. Like he was playing with, I mean, he was listening to her, but he was also trying to get her to come out of her comfort zone a little bit. And so I feel like if I were his client, I would have appreciated that. Because you're listening to me, but you're also giving me the benefit of your expertise. And at the end, she liked it. She liked her makeup at the end. So then she let Talia do it. And I think it was like a different day, which is probably good. Give her a day to think on it, look around, walk around a little bit, get some compliments, see the feedback. And then she came in another day and let Talia do her hair. Her makeup. And again, it looked good. I mean, both of them are very talented makeup artists, but Talia wasn't really giving that chick no leeway. Like the chick was like, I want my makeup like this, and Talia was like, I know what I'm doing. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you like. I know what you like. And she did what the fuck she wanted to do. She listened to that woman. That woman said she didn't want eyelashes. Talia gave her eyelashes. That woman said she didn't want this. Talia did that. She still looked good when it was over with. And she said, this is going to be tight. It's going to be a tight decision. She said, but I need to think on it, and I'll let you know. So she calls Henry, I guess a couple of days later or what have you, and she tells Henry who she chose. Well, she ended up going with Talia. She said she liked both of them, but she decided to go with Talia. Well, here's the problem with that. Kevin was trying to be humble, which I respect. He was like, okay, cool. The best person won, I guess, for lack of a better word or whatever. He was trying to be, you could tell he was disappointed and he was a little confused. Well, come to find out, he's confused because the chick, the bride, had posted her pictures of what Kevin did all on her Instagram and, pictures of the two of them and was talking about how much she loved what he did or whatever. Didn't post anything about Talia, didn't post the makeup that Talia did or none of that, but then went with Talia. So, I don't know if there's some shadiness going on with that. I don't know if he's alluding to he thinks something happened. That maybe he's not getting into what it is. And then when he's telling the story, the rest of the shop is kind of like, so she posted the pictures of this, but she went with that. Something seemed a little off with that. I don't know if that's something that's going to come back and we're going to get some clarity on later, or if it's just something that happens and we move on and shit is what it is. So, Rail's family's in town. And they go out to dinner. His brother, his two sisters, his mom. And, he's letting them know what's up. He's keeping it real with them and telling them what's going on. And he basically is saying, look, I'm struggling. I'm not happy. I want to come home. And his mother gave him the best advice. And I loved it. His mother said, look, you are always welcome in my home. You always got a place in my home. She said, but you don't have a place right now because you're quitting. And I'm not going to let you quit. She said, why did you come to New York? And he said, well, I came to New York to do X, Y, and Z. She said, okay, well, what's the problem? And I get being homesick, and I get being frustrated. I even get being broke. Hell, I get it. But the flip side of that is you're in an industry where you have to build clients. You're in an industry where people have to get to know who you are. And you're probably coming from a smaller market into a bigger market. And yes, you can probably do the hell out of some locks, but you're probably going from a place where you had a name, you had a little bit of a following, to a place where nobody knows who the hell you are. And people have to get to know you and trust you to be in their hair. And that's just that. And you know that. You know what industry you're in. People are loyal to their stylists and makeup artists and nail techs, and all. People are loyal to these people to a fault sometimes. And you have to build up that clientele, and it's not going to happen overnight. Yeah, keep posting your stuff on Facebook or Instagram or whatever you're doing. Build up your following, get some clients, and you're going to have to maybe hustle. Maybe you're going to have to get out of the salon and go and move around and go into some other areas. If you're in an area that doesn't have a high lock population, is what I think you're alluding to as well, get off your ass and go places where there are. Go to some barbershops. Get to, and the other thing is, I get to that you don't really have any friends outside of Princess. You're going to have to go out and meet some people, because clearly the people in the shop ain't your stilo. You tried it with Talia. That didn't work. You and V would probably kill each other. So go out. Go to some clubs. Go to some gay, you're gay. Go to some gay clubs. Go meet some people. I ain't saying do a whole bunch of online stuff, but just go out. And that may be out of your wheelhouse. I get that. But when you move to a new place and you have to get out the house and get to know people. And nobody gonna come knocking at your door saying, hey, let's be friends. You're gonna have to get out your, and if you're not making any money, maybe it's a good time to pick up a part-time job, because that will get, not so much for the money, but to meet other people, maybe expose yourself to some other situations. I don't know. But that's my 2 cents. So he gets really upset. He's crying and everything, and he's saying he's just ready to go home. He's ready to just let it go and go home and just call it quits. So his brother reaches out to Princess, and then come to find out, his brother and Princess had a relationship. They used to mess with each other. And so he felt comfortable going to her and talking to her. He said, look, Rail said he ready to go home. And Princess was like, well, he ain't saying nothing to me about going home. What the hell? And, she was a little hurt. Like, why would he not feel comfortable enough to come to me and let me know that this is how he was feeling? And so they kind of left it there. They didn't really, I don't know, again, that's something real. They'll bring up on the next episode or something. But they kind of left it right there. But Princess was a little hurt that he wouldn't share with her. And she said, I got his back. He knows I have his back. Like, I know we had this little falling out, but, that's my best friend, and I'm going to always be there for him. And I kind of feel bad that he felt like he couldn't tell me about it. Okay, so the last part of this episode is Nordic and this video shoot. Let me say this. By no stretch of the imagination am I in the music industry, nor do I know a whole lot about the damn music industry. I will readily admit all of that. But Nordic shows up at the Playhouse, which is a big club in New York. People know. I mean, I've even heard of it, and I don't live in New York. And I guess he had rented the space, right? So it means he paid some money. He gets there, and I don't know if it's the owner, but the manager at the time was like, yeah, we double booked. Like, he didn't even seem like he was really concerned about trying to help them figure out what they were going to do about it. Come to find out, they double booked with a Zumba class. So you got these middle-aged women, standing around in their spandex and their workout outfits ready to start this Zumba class. And Nordic is like, what the fuck is this? Like, what the hell? Now, my problem is this. When they realize they double booked, shit happens. But that manager should have been kissing Nordic's ass to say, look, now unless Nordic was getting a favor and he didn't really pay for that space, but they should have been kissing Nordic's ass to say, look, this is what we're going to do to look out for you. We're going to do this, and that. Sorry, we overbooked. The Zumba class is over at this time. This is the window we're going to give you. We're going to give you some extra time, but we just, can you give, because the Zumba class couldn't last more than 45 minutes to an hour. Like, look, but again, I don't know what kind of window they had either, because they had to open the club at a certain point. So, Nordic is pissed, and V, to her credit, V tries to work it out. She said, look, this is a big club. Can we do both at the same time? Let's try to work something out. So she goes to the Zumba instructor. She catches him before he goes in, and she was real cool. Very cool. Very, very professional. Said, hey, My name is, this is my name. This is what was going on. The club double booked us. Is there any way we could do this together? Like, it's a big club. Can we try to get this done together so both of us can be happy? That Zumba instructor was like, no, my people paid for Zumba. I'm not going to shortchange them. That's what they're going to get. And I'm done. And went on and started his Zumba class, girl. So they had to wait. Basically they had to wait for the Zumba class to be over. So once the Zumba class is over, Nordic is like, okay, let's go. We got a small window. We got to get in, get it done, and get out. Well, the bouncer now isn't letting them in the club. He's like, look, I need to see your ID. You got to be over 21 to go into the club. And Nordic was like, it's a video shoot. Like, we're not going to the club. We're shooting a video. Why do we have to be over 21? He was like, we're not even drinking for real. Like, he had bottles of Hennessy White and stuff like that. He's like, the bottles aren't even open. We're not even opening the bottles. They're just for the video. It's for show. And the bouncer was like, nah, you got to give us that liquor. You can't take the liquor in, and nobody getting in here under 21. So Nordic is pissed. They get into, I'm sure they edited it because it seemed like the situation escalated to a point that they didn't really show everything. But Nordic ends up going in the club. He's hot. He's pissed off. He's like, I want that bouncer gone. I want him out of here. I don't want him to have nothing to do with this. And he's getting upset. And V's like, yo, Nordic, what's up? And that's where the episode ends. So next week we'll pick up. We'll see what happens, the conclusion of this video shoot and how that whole situation went down. But yeah, the manager / owner, because I doubt that was the owner of the club. It was probably the manager. He was wrong, and that should have been him trying to resolve the issue, not V trying to figure out a solution. Not Nordic shouldn't have been inconvenienced. Now, again, unless somebody was doing Nordic a favor and he didn't really pay for that space. But if he paid his money for that space, then yeah, that whole situation should have been resolved by the manager. And they should have known what was going on. But you got people outside on the street waiting. Princess showed up with some coochie cutters. That's an old word. Coochie cutters. That's old. I don't know if y'all know about them coochie cutters. With some fishnet stockings. And you know what I mean? Like, people showed up for a video. And V was like, yo, can we at least get our people in there and start working on their makeup and start getting them dressed? Like, there's stuff we could be doing while they're doing their Zumba so that we can move. And, like I said, the Zumba instructor was like, nope. Not doing it. Nope. Sorry. So we'll see how next week rolls out. Rail didn't even show up because he was like, he is totally disassociating himself from the shop and everything. He was like, I don't want to be at the shop. I don't want to have nothing to do with it. I ain't doing no video. So we'll see. He's in a funk. And Princess was I missed the most important part. How I skip over all of that? Lord have mercy. Ugh. V took Princess to Sip and Paint because Nordic said, I just want everybody to be cool. So V was like, you know what? I know we squashed everything, but let me just make sure that we are cool. Let's make sure everything's good. So she took her to a Sip and Paint, and she said, she basically told her, look, I just want to let you know that you are welcome, that everything with us is squashed, that we cool, before Nordic's video shoot. I just want to make sure everything is good, that everything's Gucci, whatever. And Princess was like, yeah, we good. She's like, and Princess seemed to have an attitude from the beginning because V was laughing and joking. She had her little drink and all of that. And Princess said from the beginning, she was like, we cool now, but I just want to know, like, what was that beef all about to begin with? And V was like, look, I'm in a positive place right now. I'm in a good place. Why do we need to go down there? Like, let's not get back into that. Let's not get back into the negativity. And Princess is like, well, I just feel like you're fake, and I feel like you're this and you're that. And you can see that V was really trying, to, like, keep it here, but Princess was going there with it. And I didn't understand it. Like, Princess, let this shit go. Like, just be happy that y'all cool now. You didn't squash it. Y'all had to sip and paint. Sip and paint, bitch. Sip and paint. Have a good time. And it was funny because the funniest part of that scene was every time they started arguing, the instructor was like, and so now we're going to move on to the next technique. Like, he was like, we not getting ready to do is have no fights up in here. And it was like, I guess he was like, I done seen reality TV and y'all not tearing up my shit. And every time they got their volumes got a little loud, he got a little loud. And so V ends up just leaving. V was like, you know what, I'm not doing this. She was like, I tried to come have a good time with you, do something fun. You taking it here. I'm not doing it with you. I'm out. And V, to her credit, and I respect it, she didn't let it escalate. She didn't let it turn into no fight. She was like, I'm done. And she left Princess ass there painting her damn picture. And again, I get that Princess is frustrated. She feels like the shop is a toxic place. She feels like she's really having a hard time connecting with people and making friends and that kind of thing. And she told V that she just can't trust her because she feel like V switches up on her and stuff. But in that moment, I think V was being sincere. And to build any sort of relationship, you got to give people a chance. I mean, you just have to. And so that's, again, I skipped over that part, but yeah, that I just felt like Princess didn't handle that situation correctly. I feel like V was sincere and it went left, and now V's like, fuck it, I'm done. Like, I'm done with her. So again, see how we're gonna see where that ends up next week. Have a good weekend. See y'all later.